Welcome back folks, and welcome back to a new video. So today we're gonna be reviewing Fallout 4 Next Gen Update, which was released 2 days ago as of recording this video, which goes along with the actual TV series which was released on Amazon Prime. Now I know that a lot of people were not happy that Bethesda basically postponed this patch until the actual show was released, and besides the content which we're gonna be covering here, we're also gonna be talking about all of the issues when it comes to the update, along with the modding issues as well. Of course, as always, down below you have timestamps for all of the topics I will talk about today, so navigate to the one which interests you the most. Now first off, when it comes to the biggest features of the update, the first one is the Enclave Remnants. Some say that the past is a scar cut across the skin of the Commonwealth. Others believe it's a scab clothed over an unhealed wound. Those who fought the Enclave and those who served them subscribe to the latter. And when the scab is broken, the flag of this old world cabal will once more stand at a full mast. Unless of course you stop them first. Features the classic Enclave colonial uniform and the over a dozen workshop items. If you have other Enclave creations installed, some of these troops may use this equipment against you. When it comes to armor and weapon bundle in this Enclave Remnants, it adds this: XO2 power armor, Hellfire power armor, heavy Incinerator weapon, Tesla Canon, Enclave weapon skins, and Enclave armor skins. So once you finish the Echoes of the Past quest, besides getting the armor pieces, which we're gonna be talking about, or well, power armors, you will also get access to a lot of Enclave themed stuff for your settlements. You're gonna be able to, build all of that stuff to your settlement and add Enclave flags and other stuff which is tied to this faction. Now this is a bit different because, well, overall this quest chain does divide into a few different quests which you will get once you download this 20 GB update. And the way you get, for example, XO2 power armor is to complete a quest called Speak of the Devil, where at the end you actually loot the XO2 power armor. So I finished the quest, it was alright, I mean it wasn't too long, you had to go and basically go follow up some things so that in the end you actually see the Black Devil person, which I'm not going to go into any spoilers, but overall it was a fun little quest that you can do to gain the actual power armor. Although, if you want the Hellfire power armor, you have to finish the Pyromaniac quest. Now this one is a lot easier because only thing you have to do is go to, well, the actual location of the quest and basically destroy a person there who actually has a power armor on themselves. And the next armor is the Enclave Hellfire power armor, which is different from the previous one because it also has the actual Enclave look of it. And to have this armor, only thing you have to do is loot the first person that attacks you, or well, one of the first Enclave people that attack you once you go into the Echoes of the Past quest. So very easy to loot and very easy to equip on yourself as well, and from the look standpoint, I mean, they all look great. When it comes to the Tesla Cannon, which is one of the more fun weapons you can get in the game, and you can of course upgrade it and change it so it's even stronger, you get it by completing Best of 3 side quest, which is also something that you are going to get by default once you load up into your game. I've been enjoying Tesla Cannon a lot lately, especially because it is very good against more enemies which attack you, because later on, once you upgrade it, you are able to, for example, once you shoot, the electricity is going to transfer to other people in the vicinity as well, so it's really good to deal with more enemies at once. And to get a heavy Incinerator, you have to go and finish the Crucible side quest, which you also get. Do keep in mind, once for example you reach the actual heavy Incinerator, there is going to be a power armor in the area. So what you have to do is install both left and right leg into the power armor and actually put a mod which is going to allow you to stand in this, well, basically molten lava to pick it up. If you stand there in any way, other shape or form without it, you are going to immediately perish, so just do that. It's all in the location, and once you get the heavy Incinerator, it's honestly a very cool weapon to have because it can deal a lot of damage to multiple targets at once. And also, as I already told you about weapon and armor skins, once you go and upgrade the weapon or you want to upgrade or work on the power armor, you can change how the actual skins look like and you can add it very easily. You can see some of my weapons already do have it, and it's a nice design overall. Next big feature of the update is the makeshift weapon pack. Whether it be grenades or piggy banks, there is no shortage of objects you can transform into murderous projectiles with this collection of unique weapons. Included are 2 grenade launchers, a nail gun, baseball launcher, saw blade launcher, and a piggy bank based weaponry. To start this, or well, to achieve these weapons, you have to start a quest when pigs fly, which you will also get once you go into the game, and it starts at a merchant workshop northeast of Green Tech Genetics. Now I finished this and I got some of these weapons. Now one of the things which I've seen on Reddit, keep in mind I personally haven't experienced this issue, is that sometimes the weapons do not spawn in your hand, and from time to time when you're shooting projectiles, what happens is that you have a big exclamation mark which is, you know, instead of that projectile, which can also mean that basically the feature itself is conflicting within the game itself, and at the same time it's not rendering the actual object which was supposed to render. Now I know this can be a big issue, and I honestly have no idea how this can be fixed besides most likely an update from Bethesda, but I don't think I had this issue in my own personal playthrough, which you can see from some of the gameplay I'm showing you right now. But I can definitely understand the frustration that people have with this, so yeah. And another feature of the update is the Halloween workshop. This basically starts when you go and do a quest called All Hallows Eve. Again, as it was with previous quests, this is going to appear as soon as you log into your character, or at least it did for me. And to start it, you need to tune into a mysterious signal on your Pip-Boy. And as it says here, on the eve of the end, the New England Technocrat Society has thrown a spooky Halloween gala for anyone with the nerve to attend. It's actually a very nice little quest. It was definitely interesting to go through, especially when it comes to a little mystery you have to solve there as well, but it's not going to be too long. Keep in mind, none of these quest chains or quests in general are going to be like difficult to finish, or they're going to take you a long time. It's mostly tied, for example, if you have the location on the map, but because, well, my save had all of the locations on the map discovered, it was easier to navigate from one quest to another and to basically reach it without wasting too much time to go through the wasteland. Now, besides these features, I'm also going to go through changes and new features they listed here. Native PS5 and Xbox Series applications includes performance and quality mode options. Performance mode is 60 frames per second, 4K resolution, standard setting relying on dynamic resolution scaling. And quality mode is 30 frames per second, 4K resolution, ultra settings, and should not require dynamic resolution scaling. When connected to a 120 Hz display, quality will be targeting 40 frames per second, and when connected to a 1440p display, the title will run at 1440p resolution at 60 frames with ultra settings regardless of rendering mode. They also released on Epic Store, so that's, you know, a new thing, and they added a widescreen and ultra widescreen support, which this was a huge discussion right now on Reddit. Now keep in mind, I don't have the ultra widescreen monitor, so I cannot show you myself how this looks, but the problem is when people did this and, you know, on their ultra wide monitors, the actual UI stretched as well. And for example, once you go into a power armor, the UI is going to stay in the middle and it's not going to properly set itself to that resolution. So ultimately what you get is a very stretched picture, which is worse than you would have by adding a mod. Because prior to this being, you know, added into the game, there was already a mod which does something, you know, like this, but I know people were saying that the mod is actually better than the solution, or well, the feature that Bethesda included into Fallout 4 updates. So right now it's not looking good on that end. And also it says here that it's Steam Deck verified, but of course if you are on Steam Deck you can let me know down below how is this running for you right now, because there is no way for me to check that. And of course here they say 9 free Creation Club items like the, Enclave and, heavy Incinerator stuff, which I already talked about, and it added an installed content menu, so yeah, that's new as well. Now when it comes to bug fixes, they resolved issues preventing Japanese and Chinese users from connecting to Bethesda.net. This restores access to mods, so that's great, but mods, we'll talk about them. They resolved issue preventing save data from properly loading during the prologue. They resolved issue that could prevent the Vault 111 door from opening on new games. They resolved an issue that could prevent the quest Go Home from advancing. An issue has been resolved that could result in Codsworth being broken on the ground after fast traveling, and they resolved the issue with MIP maps in DLC. Also, they resolved an issue that could result in soft lock when in dialogue with Preston Garvey, issue preventing autosaves while transferring or fast traveling in Power Armor. They fixed an issue where text could occasionally disappear in the Creation Club menu, and they resolved the issue with the text formatting in the credits in Japanese and Chinese. They also resolved an issue causing the camera to fail when leaving furniture after an extended time, and they fixed an issue that could misplace quest markers while the VR workshop creation was installed alongside Automatron. Now also issues with player movement in some underwater areas as ticket excavations for example have been resolved. And they resolved an issue that could cause corruption within the settlement system resulting in wrong resource count and or destroyed settlements. They resolved an issue where the level up notification would display even if there was not a level up available. They fixed some flickering in Vault 111 and they added some stability improvements. For the PC only, please know the Fallout 4 Next Gen update is not currently available on GOG but will be available soon. We'll let you know as soon as we can. And they resolved the issue preventing saves being made under Windows username with Cyrillic Chinese or Japanese characters. When it comes to Creation Kit, they have removed the non-functional hot load button, removed non-functional material editor button as well. Editor IDs longer than 99 characters will no longer crash the editor, and they resolve the crash that could occur while viewing a quest objective tab. And for the end, they resolve the hang that could occur while adding a reference to a layer, but this is mostly related to modders themselves. Now what about the issues? Well, currently you have a lot of people saying that, well, not much has been added in this update in general, but whenever you add an update, well, this big and you change a lot of stuff, what ultimately happens is, well, mods are now broken. And sadly, yes, whenever you have an update this big, it's going to break everything, so I understand how people are basically mad at Bethesda for this because, well, it's going to take a while until most of the big mods, or well, all of them are going to be updated to this version until everything works properly. And the actual problem that people have is that this update mostly caused more problems than it actually brought any solutions or quality of life changes or general improvements to the game itself, which is, you know, a very valid thing to say. And I'm definitely on the lucky side, because if you had like huge conversion mods for this game and you try to load into your, well, save file, you're going to most likely have a lot of problematic conflicts where maybe some of the like parts of the settlement are going to disappear, some of the stuff you place throughout the mod are going to disappear. And again, as I said, I was lucky with this because when I stopped playing Fallout 4 a long time ago, I was covering a lot of mods and I had a lot of mods, but I kept my save file where basically I had a clean install of the game without any mods, and I didn't really have an issue with this, you know, going into this. But if you had any, again, huge mods, I would recommend either waiting or backing up your saves so something does not happen, because when things like these occur, there is a high chance that something is going to become corrupted and it actually might ruin your playthrough or your save file. So just be careful, you know, depending on how many mods you had installed, especially those big ones. If you didn't have a lot of mods installed, then, you know, the chances of something breaking are much slimmer. So yeah, it was definitely an interesting release, to say at least. I know a lot of people are saying, yeah, we're okay with this, but also on the other side, you have a lot of people who are saying like, why was this really necessary? This could have been done in a different way, because it doesn't really do much from the actual game perspective. Because again, a lot of these things are a part of Creation Club also, so I mean, it's a very difficult thing, you know, to kinda go around. So yeah, this is the current situation with the updates. Let me know down below, what problems did you have, if you had any problems, and what do you think about it so far? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let me know down below in the comments themselves. For me, it was kinda good to go back to Fallout 4 in general, to kind of revisit my old settlements, to maybe wrap up some quests which I haven't before, and it was kind of fun to go around and get some of these things like the armor itself, you know, to kind of see what other things I'm gonna be able to place in my settlement as well. But if I had a lot of mods installed, I don't think I would have been able to record this, because who knows what sort of issues I would run into. But yeah, that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like and subscribe button, because you really help the channel a lot with that. And of course, check us out on Twitter and Discord. Huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters, and I will see you in a new video very soon. Stay classy everyone, and bye bye.